From Wood TV, this is 24-hour News 8.
Get on the ground! Doug's on the ground! Doug's fighting me, yo! Doug's fighting!
Now at 5, new video showing police take down a suspect in Grand Rapids.
Back home, the husband of a missing teacher returns to his house, still wearing the same clothes he had on when he left with police 2 days ago. We're live with an update.
Warm breezes blowing in West Michigan. We're about to kick off a heat wave right in time for the weekend.
Big night for the Griffs. They can move within one win of the Calder Cup. We're live in Syracuse to get you ready. Good evening, everyone. I'm Susan Shaw.
And I'm Brian Sterling.
Just in time for the busy summer travel season. Big changes are coming at Ford International Airport. The security check-in process will change over the weekend.
24-hour News 8's Joe LaFurgia is live at the airport with what we need to know. Joe?
Yeah, Brian, you know, if you fly out of the Gerald R. Ford International Airport aboard Southwest, United, or American, you're probably familiar with that spot behind me. That's the security check-in point for Gate B. But come Sunday, this is where you'll line up. The process will be the same. The location and experience will be brand new. Early Sunday morning, the new Gate B security checkpoint will open at the Gerald R. Ford Airport.
There are signs, it's labeled. When you check in at your airline counter, you'll be told if you're flying on Concourse B where to go.
Part of the $45 million terminal expansion project, the new checkpoint provides a centralized entrance for Gate B and later this month, Gate A. Crews are putting the finishing touches on the terminal expansion. The new area will be more convenient for travelers.
We have these great benches that are going to be what we call the recomposure area, where you can sit down, put your shoes back on.
Overnight Saturday, they'll move and test the screening machines. Airport officials are confident everything will work right, but with a change in location, they're putting the word out to travelers, get here early.
It is also our summer peak travel season, so lots of families, people who maybe aren't as familiar with traveling, inexperienced, get here early. It just gives you that extra preparation time and saves you the hassle of missing your flight.
And coming up at 6, we're going to take you on the other side of the glass and show you the updates on the construction going on here since 2015 at the airport. Right now we're live in Cascade Township. Joe LaFurgia, 24-hour News 8.
All right, thank you, Joe. Some new body camera video just obtained by 24-hour News 8 shows the tense moments when a Grand Rapids police officer shot a stabbing suspect. The Ingham County prosecutor ruling that Officer Timothy Orant was justified in shooting Victor Gonzalez back on March 11th. Gonzalez was wanted after police say that he had stabbed a woman during a carjacking outside the Walker Meyer just 2 days earlier. 24-hour News 8's Evan Dean is here now to walk us through this video. Evan?
Yeah, Brian, Grand Rapids police had tracked down Gonzalez on the city's west side on the morning of March 11th. Officers found him at the Steel Cap bar. They tried to use a stun gun on him, but it didn't work. He then ran off and ran down into a basement at a nearby building. That's where our video picks up. In the video, Officer Tim Orant and Officer Glenn Brower standing guard outside a back door. Police believe they had Gonzalez cornered inside.
He had to be right here. He had to have gone here and locked the door.
Moments later, they hear shouting. A canine dog had found Gonzalez. And then this, from the view of Orant's body camera.
Doug's fighting me, yo! Doug's fighting me!
Watch closely again. We'll slow it down. You could see Gonzalez grab Officer Brower and pull him down, climb on top of him, then this. This now video from Brower's body camera. Orant had fired 3 times, striking Gonzalez in the lower back and both arms. You could see Orant talking to Brower in between gasps of breath.
Okay, all right.
Back to Orant's body camera now. You could see he's instructed to clear the area, recapping the ordeal to another officer.
I thought he was going to kill Glenn. Did he come through? Yeah. Started attacking Glenn.
All the while, Gonzalez is brought out and then taken to the hospital. This following an intense ordeal. Now, Michigan State Police conducted the investigation into this shooting. Prosecutors again ruled that Orant was justified in using a firearm to, quote, defend against a reasonable threat of death or serious bodily injury to another officer or citizen. Gonzalez underwent surgery, but he's now out of the hospital and is in the Kent County Jail. He is facing several charges and due back in court next week. Back to you.
Evan, thank you. Take a look at this video. Christopher Lockhart returned home today after spending 2 nights away from his house. That's because police spent nearly 30 hours searching the Lockhart home looking for any clues into his wife's disappearance. 24-hour News 8's Brady Gillum has been following the police search and the investigation for several days now. He joins us live from outside the Lockhart home. And Brady, do we know yet what police found inside the Lockhart home through that investigation?
No, I'm afraid we don't. Police aren't saying much about their investigation, and for his part, Christopher Lockhart isn't saying much either. The man at the heart of a police investigation returning home today for the first time since police descended on his house Wednesday. Christopher Lockhart wearing the same clothes he had on when he left his house with officers 2 days ago. As he entered his garage, I asked him if he wanted to say anything, but he didn't respond.
Chris, hi, my name is Brady Gillum. I'm with Wood TV8. Hope you're doing well.
I called and texted Lockhart asking if he wanted to share his side of the story. Lockhart texting back, no thank you. Later, he took out his trash and checked the mail, again declining comment. Chris, anything you'd like to share with us?
No, thank you.
Okay. We found out the car that drove Lockhart home is registered to attorney Frederick Taylor. The Frederick J. Taylor law firm specializes in criminal defense, according to the firm's website. So I went there and was told Mr. Taylor was not available. The woman at the front desk wouldn't confirm whether the firm represents Christopher Lockhart. Police left the Lockhart home last night after spending nearly 30 hours searching the home. We don't know yet what, if anything, the search uncovered. Today, Senior Chief Deputy John Blue told me there have been no new significant developments in the case. He said investigators are continuing to work nonstop. Now, Christopher Lockhart is still home in the house behind me, reporting live in Portage. Brady Gillum, 24-hour News 8.
All right, Brady, thank you. No one has seen Teresa Lockhart since May 18th. That's when she left the Family Fitness in Portage. A week ago today, police named her husband a person of interest. We brought you team coverage this week as police searched the couple's home for evidence. We may be headed into the weekend, but our team is still on this story. If any developments break over the weekend, we'll be sure to update them on woodtv.com and, of course, on air on 24-hour News 8.
The trial for Jeffrey Willis can now go forward. The State Court of Appeals has denied to hear his appeal. Willis is charged with killing Rebecca Bletch and Jessica Herringa in Muskegon County. Willis argued that investigators violated his rights by taking notes from his jail cell. A judge disagreed, and now the appeals court won't hear this case. That means his trial in the Bletch case can now be scheduled. The Herringa case is still on hold.
We're about 2 hours away from face-off in Syracuse. The Griffins will try to extend their 2-1 lead in the Calder Cup Finals. 24-hour News 8's Larry Figursky is live with the team in Syracuse. Hey, Larry.
Hi, guys. A very pivotal game for here tonight. And usually it is in any 7-game series because unless there's a sweep, the lead will either be 3-1 or it'll be an even 2-2 match tonight. And if the Griffins get that third win, they'll just need one more with 3 games to go, 2 of those back in Grand Rapids. Syracuse, of course, could even the series and have all the momentum with a Game 5 here on Saturday. Now, this place was sold out on Wednesday. It's going to be oversold tonight, if you will. Take a look at this. They've added another 400 to 500 seats, pulling out some bleachers that were not here for the Game 3 on Wednesday night. The Griffins hope, well, this has been a series of pretty high intensity and lots of goals. They're hoping to change at least the latter. From Syracuse.
I'm expecting another tight game. Obviously, there's been a lot of goals scored this series. I'm expecting, maybe a little less to maybe tighten it up a little defensively, but it's been a special teams battle so far, and our mindset going into the night is you win that special teams game, and you're gonna have a real good chance at winning the entire game.
Hard to beat the environment that we had here on Wednesday night or Saturday back at Van Andel, and they're expecting it to be even louder here tonight. We'll hear from some more of the players, and head coach Todd Nelson will join us coming up live at 5:45. For now, live in Syracuse, New York with the Griffins, Larry Figursky, 24-hour News 8. Guys.
All right, Larry, you can listen to Larry call the game from Syracuse starting at 7 o'clock on ESPN 96.1, and we will have highlights and post-game reaction tonight on your News 8 at 11.
A gorgeous and warm end to the week, and there's a heat wave moving in. Let's get over to Kyle Underwood.
Hey, Sue, look at the warmth off to our west. 100 degrees right now in central South Dakota, upper 90s across North Dakota and western Minnesota. That surge of warmth is headed our way to West Michigan this weekend. Saturday, 87, partly cloudy, and take note, it is going to be very windy tomorrow afternoon. Winds out of the southwest, 15 to 30 miles per hour, gusting up close to 40 from time to time, but it'll be blowing in hot air. That sticks around for Sunday when we will be in the upper 80s, near 90. Again, not quite as windy, still breezy though, with partly cloudy skies and sunset both nights right around 9:20. So the heat wave is going to continue. We'll show you when we have cooler air. Plus, it's been so dry lately. How about some rain? We'll talk about our next rain chance when I come back in a few minutes.
Thank you, Kyle. White House Social Media Director Dan Scavino has been warned by the U.S. Office of Special Counsel for using an official-looking Twitter account for campaign purposes. The ethics watchdog says he violated the Hatch Act when he tweeted about a West Michigan congressman. The act prevents executive branch officials from using their positions to influence elections. He urged the defeat of Justin Amash. He tweeted back in April from his personal account, Justin Amash is a big liability. Hashtag Trump train, defeat him in primary. The office says it will consider it willful and knowing violation of the law if he repeats his actions. After more than a year of renovations, Grand Rapids Indian Trails Golf Course is back open.
The 87-year-old track was closed for about 16 months to complete a $2.8 million facelift. The facelift includes more challenging slope design, 7 redesigned holes, a longer par, and some new practice and teaching facilities. The City Commission approved the project in the fall of 2015. The money is coming from the city's income tax generated transformation fund. Indian Hills qualified because it's revenue stream for the city.
You can play the new course during a 2-person scramble tournament tomorrow. It will cost $75 and is limited to about 20 people. Tickets are available online. Lawmakers are rolling back bank regulations created after the financial crisis from a decade ago. So how do Michigan lawmakers feel about it? Hear from them next.
The Grand Haven Pier project is taking a little bit longer than expected, and the reopen has now been delayed. We'll tell you what the city manager is saying about it next.
With a heat wave moving in, pools in Grand Rapids are now open. Still ahead, how you can get in on the fun.